Hi, everybody. Welcome back. So, Chantal did another video, another sort of mini vlog. And I'm not going to lie to you, there are parts of it that are basically a snooze fest. But I want to give my thoughts on it as well as show you guys some really cool stuff on Twitter. I'm just trying to keep up with Chantal's content because, as I said to you guys before, it's going to get crazy. I just have that feeling it's going to get crazy. Now that she's back from Kuwait, she's got a lot of catching up to do, doesn't she? A lot of money to make. And after watching parts of the vlog, I have this to say to Chantal about her current content. Chantal, if you're looking to make big money now that you're back from Kuwait, this vlog thing that you did, it just won't do. Boring everybody to death just won't do. This is not how you make money. I'm not saying you have to go out and get crazy with the party favors or the food. You can do whatever you want, but you got to make it interesting to get the most Google AdSense money. I'm not trying to help you. I'm just pointing out the fact that boring people to death is not how you make money. And you've been boring people to death for over a year. Everybody wants something exciting, something interesting. Everybody is relieved that you're back from Kuwait because just trying to watch you and stay interested has been nothing but a task. So, the newest vlog that she did, she talks way too much about her experience at the airport, talking about details and things that honestly nobody cares. Nobody asked about it and nobody cares. And then she goes into talking about living by herself. And I've got thoughts on that. And also, there's some interesting stuff going on in the vlog, little details, not so much about what she's saying, but the background. But we'll get into that in a little bit. But why don't we get started with this stuff on Twitter? Because I found some really cool stuff on Twitter that I'd like to share with everybody. So for anybody out there that you happen to have Twitter or X, as it's now called, I refuse to call it X. That's ridiculous. You can find me there at Wild Girl Sarah. And I encourage everybody that's on my channel to go follow me there if you have a Twitter, because sometimes YouTube is stupid. And when I do a video or I do live, they don't send out notifications for some reason. It's just really odd. So if you want to keep up with the videos that I post, you want to make sure that you get to see them. The notifications are kind of screwed up. Follow me on Twitter because whenever I do a video or I do a live, I post about it there first. So let's start here with a post from Katie saying that 40-year-old woman tag is so weird. So I love Kristen and I love Katie because Kristen, she's very, very good about posting screenshots of the tags. Let's look at the video tags. So Foodie Beauty, Canada, Kuwait, obesity, diabetes, moving, glow up, health, women's health, 40-year-old woman, interracial couple, Syrian, Ontario, too fat to fly, flying fat. So that's a lot of different tags. A lot of different tags. She's trying to put herself into a lot of algorithms and different video categories. She's tagging Kuwait, although she's no longer in Kuwait. Interracial couple, although Salah's not part of her content anymore. But how about this thing? Too fat to fly and flying fat. Now, isn't that interesting? This woman who talks forever about fat shaming and fat phobia, she'll gladly use the word fat in her tags. So she's calling herself fat. But if anybody else talks about her weight and points out the fact that she is of a bigger size, she just goes wild. She's got something to say. So you want to profit off of your weight, Chantal. You want to use that as a tag, but yet nobody's allowed to talk about what goes on in your videos and maybe what size you are. I think that's kind of hypocritical. This was from Perfectly Imperfect. Foodie Beauty claiming garlic bread stole her family's Red Lobster pictures that her Aunt Phyllis posted on her open and public Facebook page. So right now, Salah is doing a live where he's gaming and there aren't that many people. But of course, Chantal is modding over there. And here's a comment that she made saying, he stole my family's Red Lobster pictures and I wasn't even in Canada then. What a loser. Chantal, how can you steal pictures if they're still there? You can't steal something that still belongs to somebody. That's just not possible. And didn't you say you reached out to your family and told them to private everything and they didn't? Yeah, you did. So why didn't they? I mean, it's their pages. They can do what they want, but they should have really privated their pages way before now. And they know how controversial you are. They know how offensive you are. And they know that a lot of people on YouTube don't like you. And yet they kept their profiles public. So people saw stuff and they posted stuff. You can't get mad about that, you know? Butter Crumpet says today and last week she's crowned her own face. So I guess the picture on the right is from a live stream she did last week, and here is a picture on the left of the how she looks now. Talk about playing around with the filters. Holy gods, what a difference, eh? And she loves her filters, and now you guys can see why. What a difference they make. OBC, these nuts, the name. These nuts says, would this count as biological warfare from a foreign country, no less? Kristen says, please do, ma'am. Foodie says in her newest community post, I brought some beezer spray with me. I'm thinking of going around Ottawa asking opinions from the public on what they really think. So I've got questions. Question one, how in the world did you get that through the airport? Because they're very strict about what you're allowed to bring on a flight. They'll go through your bag. They'll go through your purse. You're not allowed to have certain liquids with you. And if you have something like, say, body spray, it's got to be in your luggage, and it can only be a very small amount. It's got to be wrapped up. And the beezer spray really doesn't have a list of ingredients. So wouldn't that be considered contraband? You know, like on the no-no list? So I don't think she brought the beezer spray with her just based on that. But let's just say on a devil's whim that you did, Chantal. So you want to do what French Fry Girl and Shannon did and go around and ask people what they thought of the beezer spray. I really don't think you're going to go around and talk to people because you just don't like talking to people. I can't see you walking around the streets of Ottawa asking people about the beezer spray. I just can't see it. You don't like dealing with people in real life. Like, I doubt you're going to do this. You're just talking to talk right now. DX says she's back home with red puffy eyes and rambling. Parked in a random park. She paid off the Kia. Doesn't say where she's staying, but is planning on getting her own place. Says her and Salah talk constantly. Celebrating Christmas now is taking herself out to eat. Well, she's taking herself out to eat because anybody around her knows that taking her out to eat is a big mistake. I'm sure they're aware of how much she eats, and nobody wants to drop about $300 to $400 on food for Foodie. But here's the screenshot of her thumbnail for the video, the vlog. What's next for me? Getting my own place, too fat to fly. Again, making an issue of her weight. So she's free to talk about her weight, maybe poke fun at it or be lighthearted about it. But nobody else in the reaction community is allowed to remark on the very same thing. You can't have it both ways, Chantal. You can't put something like this out there without people being able to remark on it. If it's on a public platform, the public, including reactors, are allowed to give their opinions about it. You don't want people talking about it, keep it private. Let's see, what else we got here? Katie says, how much Unicity do you think she brought with her? Is she going to update her delivery address to Canada? Something I noticed. Maybe it's nothing, but I'm just going to say it anyway. Every time she drinks the Unicity from that bottle, does anybody notice that the amount in the bottle is always the same. Like she just makes an amount of it, but she takes maybe one sip, and then after the camera's turned off, she throws the rest of it away. She never drinks out of the bottle, and it's like it's almost gone or mostly gone. It always looks like it's filled to the top. I don't think she really drinks it. I think she just pretends to drink it and keep her VIBs thinking she honestly cares about her health when she doesn't. So like her health is on her. If she doesn't care, she won't take care of her health. If she does, she'll drink the Unicity and try to keep her blood sugar down. This is another community post from Chantal, courtesy of Katie. Your opinion doesn't matter, but it actually does. So I'm going to make a community post about it. I know. Chantal, listen. You want to rage. You can rage again if you want to. You're back in Canada. Salah's not there to stop you. Come on, let it out. You want to let it out. You know you're dying to let it out. There's so much pent up frustration and anger. Girl, release the Kraken. We're ready. Like you just keep going off on your community post. Girl, you're not making money that way. Give us a rage. We deserve a rage. We put up with all the boring stuff for over a year. Give us a rage. Let it all out. Come on, get mad. If that's what you want to do it. Foodie Beauty says, FYI, our pets are not abandoned, nor will they be. They are keeping Salah company. He loves them so much, and they love him too. I would never do that. And if you think, so you don't know me, therefore your opinion doesn't matter. Have a nice day. Okay. Let's go over this post briefly. She says, he loves them so much. The only reason why Salah got the pets in the first place is because of you, Chantal. He really didn't want the pets. He did not want to inherit the pets. The pets were your idea. I'm sure while you were in Kuwait, you were lonely. You had no one to talk to. So you bugged him and bugged him and bugged him until you got the hamster and then the cat. And now here you are back in Canada, and where are the pets? With him. You didn't try to take either one of them with you. You could have if you wanted to. Had you got the cat fully vaccinated and the paperwork and all that, she could have come back to Canada with you, but you didn't do your due diligence. Nor did you ever think about it. You wanted to leave her behind. That's why you didn't get her properly spayed. You had no intention of bringing her here, or Harry. I would never do that. But you did it, though. You did abandon your pets once before. You abandoned BBJ and Sam. So if you did it once, of course you're going to do it again. And you did do it again. So how is anybody being mad about you abandoning your pets wrong if you did it twice in a row? Like almost a year apart? Something pretty from Interior Hunt. Look at this room. Oh my God. Can I just go and spend time there for a minute? It looks like a spa. I love it. I love the nice clean aesthetics, the open air, the atmosphere of peace. Love it all day. Y'all just look at that. I would go in that room and probably not come out for a week. Okay, y'all want to see the magic of filters? You can, courtesy of Miss Anthropo. Look at these different pictures. So this picture is from her current vlog, which we're going to go over. That's okay. Who is this? How do we go from a round face to a narrow face? How did that work? Oh, oh my goodness. Look, that's the real Chantal. This is the unfiltered Chantal. This was the Chantal before Kuwait, before gaining 150 pounds. This is her. Okay, no pointy elf chin. Face perfectly round all the way around. No diamond-shaped face here. No, no, no. The magic of filters. I'm telling you, whatever subscription she's got to whatever app she's got, it's earning it's earning its money. Ah, oh my God. Who is this? Holy cannoli macaroni. All right, next. Okay. Oh, did I? Oh, sorry about that. Trips the Petty Beach says Yowza, Foodie Beauty, November 2021 versus today. So here's like a little screenshot from a 2021 stream. Take a look at that. And then this. Pictures don't lie. Videotape doesn't lie. You know, like just some things you just can't argue against. Judge Judy says, called it, no abaya. Well, she's got kind of like a face, like the thing. I don't know if you call it a abaya, but she's got something on to kind of compress her face and still hold it together. But yeah, it seems like she's easing us into it. Like she's relaxing a bit. She's not wearing the abaya. She's still wearing the hijab thing around her face, but the abaya is gone. Completely gone. Like she just stopped wearing it. And she's wearing some new clothes. I guess she went to Pettington's or something to go shopping, because she's wearing all new clothes. Although that scarf that she's got wrapped around her neck, that looks awfully familiar. Take a look at it. Do you guys recognize it? Do you recognize that scarf? If you don't, let me jar your memory a bit. That scarf, that wrap, the horse blanket, that was the one that she wore over to Natter's, that she was wrapped up in, wearing the dark black wig when he got her on camera and it was embarrassing her. So unless that's a different one, it might be something new, but that looks exactly like the horse blanket thing that she was wearing when Natter put her in front of the camera and she was acting embarrassed and red-faced. Yeah. 4F Beauty and Lifestyle says the difference from before Kuwait and after. I see she's already stopped wearing the hijab, just the underlayer. Shows how much the sides of the hijab were covering. But oh my gosh, how on earth can she be comfortable behind the wheel? She can barely fit before. Now look at her. She just wedged herself in there like she did with her airplane seat. I mean, she has to be just wedged into her car. Absolutely wedged. But let's look at the pictures. So this is January 2022. And I remember the puffy jacket compared to December 2023. So almost a year apart. And you can just tell the difference in the face, in the body, all of it. Don't sit there and tell us, Chantal, that you've barely gained any weight. You are 535 pounds. In fact, you're heavier than that. I think we're getting closer to the truth of 535, more so than 366. But I don't think we're all the way there yet. But this is how much, like what she was covering up, that now we can fully see. So pink jacket, January 2022, scarf, December 2023. What a difference a year can make in one's life. Oh, and there we go. From Shenanigans, Salah went live and look how many people he had watching. Oh, you suck as a gamer anyway, bro. Pathetic. Pathetic. Look, Salah, you suck. You had Foodie buy you an entire expensive gaming laptop. You had her sending people to your gaming channel. She even did streams on your gaming channel to help grow it. Like you had outside help to grow your channel. And even after all of that, hardly anybody watching you. Well, guess what? Now that you are out of the Chantal story, you're just basically hanging on by your fingernails, it's going to get even worse. You know, you never really had a passion for gaming. It's just something you do for fun. But you put her on your channel, you had her do streams for you. She was always pumping up your channel, and for what? Hardly anybody watching you. Well, I don't blame them. You are boring. Lord Farquad says, before and after 1 year in Kuwait. Yeah, like I said, what a difference a year makes. Okay, something cool from deserted places. Abandoned 19th century spiral staircase. You know, whenever I see old places like this, my first thought is, can it be fixed up? Can it be used for something? I know the place looks damaged, but it's just the architecture and the space. And it's like, can it be saved? I hate seeing things that are beautiful just being torn down just because. But what an amazing staircase. Miss Anthropope says, if lipstick on a pig were a person. Yeah, she's got the pinky up. She got the dark lipstick on. We know what time it is. She's getting ready to rage, y'all. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Now, this is funny from Boot and Vegan. This is funny. So you got the two bunnies, the dark bunny and the white bunny. White bunny is just minding its business. And as soon the white bunny gets up and the black bunny says, I'm just gonna take your spot. You don't mind, do you? And the white bunny's like, really? Really? I was laying there. Black bunny's like, I know. I don't care. It's nice and warm now. Thank you. Del Honor says she's back in Canada. Roll out the wheelchairs and the Burger King and the chocolate bars dipped in fluff. Let's go. Yeah, it's not going to take long to see this again. It really isn't. Okay, is that it? Yes, that is it. That is it. So we'll get out of here. Let's get out of here and go to the video. Oh, did I just do there? Sorry. We're going to share the screen. And she's going to tell us what's next for her. Well, you know what, Chantal? Honestly, you don't have to tell us what's next. We can guess a majority of the things that's next for you, like what's upcoming. You're very predictable. I know you like to think you're the most clever person in the room. You got us all fooled that we don't know what you're up to, but you got a lot of repeat patterns with the way that you live, with the way that you talk, with the way that you act, the places you go. You've got patterns. You're very, very, very predictable. But I'm going to go ahead and let you talk, and I'm going to give my thoughts, and I hope you guys enjoy this react. So let's get to, shall we?
Back to another video. So, as you probably saw from my part 1 of my travel journey back to Canada, I'm in Canada, and I'm just parked at a park here. I'm just going to tell you a bit about how I've been doing, a little bit more details about my trip and all this.
You know, I have to wonder if the reason why she's at the park in her car, maybe she's staying with Aunt Phyllis or one of the relatives, and the big rule is you aren't allowed to stream here. You're not allowed to do anything here. We don't want any trouble. Maybe that's it. You know, this is giving me classic Chantal vibes of going out to a park or streaming when she's going through a drive-through. This is feeling like more like the old foodie, but I think this feeling of the old foodie has to do with because she's not anywhere permanent where she can stream without getting somebody else in trouble.
And that. So, yeah, I'm going to have a swig of my, yes, I'm still drinking it. This is the Unimate. I rely on this in the mornings now for energy. And if I
Chantal, the only reason why you're drinking that stuff is because you're passing out your affiliate link and you want to get your commission. But girl, if you're not taking care of your health and there's no improvement, ain't nobody going to buy that. Only the most stupid of the stupid is going to buy that. After you came on the scene talking about Unicity, a lot of people went digging to trying to find out about this company, about their products. And essentially what that is overpriced Metamucil. There are similar products on the market that they're a lot cheaper, and it's not a ripoff. So you're trying to get people to buy this stuff, but you're not even showing any results for being on the program. You jumped the gun on that one. But I have noticed that when you drink this Unicity, the level in the bottle is always the same. Like you just fill it up full of this stuff and you take maybe one sip to act like you're drinking it and then nothing else.
If I didn't have this before my travel day, I would be in big trouble for energy levels, trust me. And I like the energy it gives me.
And by the way, Chantal, you're claiming that you're using the Unicity products, specifically something like that, right? So what happened on the plane? We saw the meal that you were eating, the cheesecake, the soda, the cheese, the sandwich, whatever it was, the dolmades. You went wild with the food. How exactly did that help you with curbing your appetite? There were a lot of things in front of you that really you should not have eaten as a diabetic with very high blood sugar. So did you drink the Unicity before you got on the plane? Before you got your meal? Because if you did, it failed. It didn't stop you from eating a lot of food. You ate it anyway.
Without like a crash after. If you have like a strong espresso or something. Anyway.
You know, I'm not a doctor, just something that entered my mind. If she's got an enlarged heart, if she's got high blood pressure and high blood sugar, she's taking a product that makes her feel energetic, which I think this is just a thought that just occurred to me. If she goes and she starts doing what she used to do, which is okay, she might be using the Unicity products to cover up for doing that. Because Chantal likes the speedy things. The speedy things, they cut her appetite, they give her energy, they keep her up and alert and awake. And if she plans on doing 6 to 10 hours worth of live streams, the energy's got to come from somewhere. And it's not going to come from healthy food or a good amount of sleep. It's got to come from other sources. But someone, in my opinion, that has high blood pressure, high blood sugar, you're taking a product, drinking a product that makes you feel energetic. Is that good for your heart? Could that not potentially cause problems, dangerous problems? Are you sure you want to push your blood pressure and your heart rate up that high and make it spike along with the blood sugar? I don't know if that's a good idea.
So basically, I am feeling a lot better. That travel journey is just, I cannot do that for a long time. I'm just not in good shape enough for that. And, I need to get in better shape before I can definitely do, total 25 hours of traveling.
You're not going back. I think we can all agree. I think even you can agree, Chantal. You're not going back to Kuwait. For now, you and Salah are just keeping up the ruse that you guys are a thing. You're a couple. You still love each other. But eventually, it's going to flip over to something else. And everybody is already calling it that something's going to happen. Maybe you're going to lose control. Maybe you're going to party too hard and you're going to party. He's going to get upset or something. And then he's going to split and that arc will be completely over. Physically, you are not there in Kuwait, which I'm sure he's much happier with the fact that he doesn't have to deal with you. But you guys are still continuing the last legs of this ridiculous arc. But you're not going back there. You're really not. And you know what? That's a great face she's got there. And I'm afraid if I don't capture it now, I won't capture it later. So let me just love that. I love that. Okay. All right. Where we at? Oh, oops. Nope. Sorry about that. I'm going to have to cut that out later. That's okay. Where we at? Next. I pushed the wrong button.
Hello.
Let's get back to where we were. Sorry about that. Have to edit out that part later.
And I'm just parked at a park here. I'm just going to tell you a bit about how I've been doing, a little bit more details about my trip and all this and that. So, yeah, I'm gonna have a swig of my. Yes, I'm still drinking. Anyway, um, so basically, I am feeling a lot better. That travel journey is just, I cannot do that for a long time. I'm just not in good shape enough for that. And, I need to get in better shape before I can definitely do, total 25 hours of traveling. Um, because the flight and the layover and all that included was like over 21 hours. But then if I calculate also, I had to take a bus from Montreal to Ottawa, and then I had to get my car. I had to
Wait, what? Let's go back. I need to hear that again.
take a bus from Montreal to Ottawa.
Who lives in Montreal? Natter. So if you're based out of Ottawa and Montreal is hours away from you, and you don't have your car parked at the airport in Montreal, why would you take a flight out of Montreal? Unless you were planning on seeing and talking to somebody, weren't you, Chantal? Maybe taking a little Uber to somebody's house to get some supplies? Because I can't think of any other reason why someone who lives in Ottawa would fly out of a city hours away. You're talking to Natter, aren't you? You are. Yeah, because that's your one true love. I mean, let's just say it. Natter was your one true love. That was the one that you wanted so desperately to claim and own, and it never happened. And that's part of the appeal. For once, someone in your life told you no, and you did not get your way, and your oversized ego just could not deal with it. And you're still obsessing over it. I don't think she ever stopped talking to Natter. I think the entire time that she was in Kuwait, lonely, she was talking to him on her phone, keeping contact. And Natter was probably sweet talking her, listening to her cry and be miserable and lonely, and saying to her, come back to Canada. You know you miss it here. Oh, he was in her ear. Yes, he was. And look where she is. She's back. How did she come home? From a flight that flew back to Montreal, not Ottawa.
And then I had to get my car. I had to take a taxi to get my car. So where it was parked. So yeah, and now here I am. I am,
Everybody, shut up. And everybody is saying that she parked it at Aunt Phyllis's house, that Aunt Phyllis was the one who had the car, that she was hiding the car essentially over at the aunt's house so it wouldn't get repoed.
woke up pretty early because I crashed. Like, I tried to stay up so I could fix my sleep pattern. I took that opportunity. So I woke up at maybe 7 a.m. and I'm gonna take myself out for breakfast. I'm not sure what I'm gonna get, but I'm probably gonna go to like some halal place or something. We'll see.
Yeah, okay. Chantal, we know you. I saw the way you were eating on the plane, the soda, the cheesecake, all that food. You're not interested in eating healthy. You can drop the crap now. Stop cosplaying and being something you're not. Just be your real, authentic self and just tell the truth. You're not going to go for halal food. You're going to go for whatever food. We're probably not going to see it for a while. You're going to hide it from us until you decide not to, because you're going to have that breaking moment, that defiant, bratty, spoiled brat moment where you just say, screw it. I don't care what people think. And you come on camera eating a bunch of fast food and being out of your mind on party favors. It's going to happen soon. We know you. All of us have been watching you for years. We know how you think. We know how you move. Again, you're very, very, very predictable. If you're not changing your life, if you're not changing your patterns, if you are still following the same patterns you did before. That means you're going to do the same things you once did before. There is no difference here.
And just enjoying, getting settled in and everything like that. Um, so yeah, so for the travel journey, oh my gosh. Uh, Now I usually fly with Qatar Airways when I do international travel, and Qatar Airways is really, really, really good airline. They're really good, and I would say comparing that with Emirates, my first time flying Emirates, they're very, very small note, very small change, like differences, I should say. There's very small differences in quality. Um, the food both on both airlines is very good. The seats in Emirates are a little more comfortable for me, I find. Um, the Qatar Airways seats though are a little bit bigger, little bit bigger. Because in Qatar, I could still put the armrest all the way down. It's tight, but in Emirates, I couldn't do it. So
Well, well, maybe it had something to do with the fact that when you left Canada, you were 150 pounds lighter. So I imagine the flight back, yeah, you're going to run into trouble with fitting into seats and putting down the armrest because you've gained a significant amount of weight. And again, that's not me being rude, Chantal. I mean, just to give a comparison, I'm 135 pounds. If I gain another 150 pounds, I would be well over 300 pounds. I'm sure because I did, I would not be able to fit into clothes that I fit into now. Like a lot of things would be different. So it's not the airline's fault. If you gained 150 pounds and you're having trouble fitting into seats, that's your fault for letting your health get so bad. Don't blame them, blame yourself. Take some accountability.
oh yeah, the customer service is really good in Emirates. It's really good in Qatar too. So, like I said, they're very. I can't even notice huge differences. Maybe a little bit in the comfortable, like the headrest of the seats. Um, the ambiance at night. I love that touch of the cabin, just like
Chantal, as I said earlier, you're wanting to make money. This content ain't it. This just won't do. It really won't do. This is not engaging content. This is not interesting content. You just said you spent 25 hours traveling. All kinds of interesting things can happen while you travel. You could sit perfectly still in an airport while you're waiting for your next flight. You said that you had a 5-hour layover. Nothing interesting happened in the airport? Like people walking by, people talking, nothing? No interesting shops you can speak about? You're speaking on details that nobody cares about. No one cares. You're acting as if everybody was interested in what was the airplane like? What were the seats like? Nobody cares. You want that big money, girl, you're going to have to do better. I hope that this is not a preview of things to come because if it is, we're all going to be falling asleep.
lighting up with like a starlit sky kind of uh, look to it. Little effects, but I don't know. I don't know what to say. So I like both airlines. It just depends which one has a better price, of course, And so, I mean, yeah, it just depends what you're willing to pay. There were a lot cheaper, but there's some airlines I'm just not willing to fly with. I won't get into that. And so I always like to choose international.
Maybe the airlines you don't want to fly with, maybe the seats are way too small, or the fact that you can't get away with just buying one seat when you actually need two, that they would hold you accountable with, ma'am, you need a second seat. For your own safety and for the safety of the other passengers, you need a second seat. So maybe you figured out what airlines will let you get away with buying one seat when you need two, and which ones won't.
Qatar or Emirates. Now, customer service wise for Emirates, I was very impressed because so, I'm a bigger person. So I get to the counter in Kuwait with Salah, and he's so sweet and supportive. and he was really worried that he wouldn't be with me, even though I've done this travel before. But he's always worried when he's not with me that he that he can't be there to help support me with like carrying things for me, or whatever I need. And he was very supportive like that in Thailand. So I'm gonna say I did miss that, having that support partner. But I was fine. But he would.
It's interesting what you just said. He's supposed to be your husband. You're not referring to him as your husband. You're just referring to him as a supportive partner. Isn't that interesting? I'm not saying that husbands or wives can't be supportive partners, but all that time she spent shoving that in our faces. Where's your husband? But she's not even calling him her husband. She's saying supportive partner. That could be somebody platonic that you don't have an intimate relationship with. So what you're telling us is he was just a glorified caretaker. And when you come back, and now that you are back, you're going to need somebody around because you're not in a place where you can be fully independent. You're going to have a lot of trouble doing a lot of things because of going wild with the food in Kuwait.
Stop, ask the lady at the desk and say, is there anyone who can help her from this gate to go into the gate? I said, babe, I'm fine. I'm going to be okay. It's like, are you sure? Because he knows I haven't been feeling the best. So I'm like, yes, I'm fine. Been having back problems. So anyways, and my breathing and all that stuff. So anyways, um, yeah, so I get to the counter and the woman was so nice, and she says, I guess she noticed my size, and I've just always been kind of in the mind, I've been lucky. I don't need two seats. I just in this like this
No,
denial state. All
no,
right.
no, stop. It's not that you don't need two seats. It's just that you're cheap and you don't want to pay for two seats. You need two seats when you travel, whether it's on a bus or perhaps a train, certainly an airplane, because you're thousands of feet up in the air with turbulence. You need two seats. It's just that you're cheap and you don't want to pay for what you need. You expect everybody to just, work around you. That if there's other people sitting in the same row as you, they're supposed to move into another seat just because you're there. You're inconsiderate that way.
And so she called someone over. She's like, please wait. And she said, okay, so which seat do you have? You have this seat, and I paid extra for it.
And another,
And
shut up, Chantal. Another interesting tidbit. So when Chantal did her vlog, she tried to paint this picture like there was hardly anybody on the plane. Now, if there was hardly anybody on the plane, why would the person at the front desk be checking the seats, like making sure that there were proper seats for her? That kind of points in the direction of the plane was more full than what she let on.
for like a premium seat. And she says, if you like, we can switch your seat to, we'll give you a seat, and for extra roominess, for you comfort, we'll block off the seat beside you so that there's no one sitting there. I said, oh, I said, well, do I need to pay for two seats? Like, if you think that, size wise with your seats, I'll be encroaching. I won't be able to fit. It won't be comfortable because it's 14 hours, right? Pretty much. So, and I had this in mind. I was a bit worried, I just felt,
All of this stuff could have been avoided if you just paid for two seats. You put the airlines in a position where they got a good look at you and they figured out pretty fast that you would need more than one seat. That one seat would not be enough. It would not be big enough for you. So you put the airlines in the position where they were trying to find a way to make sure you were comfortable and safe for your flight. It's not fair, Chantal. If you had just bought two seats, you could have gone straight to the airplane and wait to board, which is what you should have done in the first place.
maybe I'll need to buy two seats. So I had that in mind that I might have to buy two seats.
So she bought one seat and she was just crossing her fingers that they would let her get away with it. and she's hoping that she can keep that extra money in pocket. Inconsiderate.
I said, do I need to buy 2 seats? And they were like, no, no, no. It's just we can arrange things around. There's like an extra seat on the plane. It's not fully full. It's all right. So she's like, we'll give you your ticket at the gate. So basically, what happened was, um, I get to the gate from Kuwait to Dubai, and there's a woman who comes up to me, and she says, here's your new ticket. I printed a new boarding pass for you with your new seat number. And I said, nice. And I said, okay, is that because they blocked off a seat beside it? Um, and she was like, and she assured me, yes.
You know, if you have a seat and another seat has to be blocked off next to you, that means you can't fit into one seat, right? Because if you can sit comfortably into one chair, you just need the one chair. Why block off another seat unless you're overflowing into the adjoining chair? And if somebody is sitting directly next to you, they're going to be uncomfortable. You needed 2 seats, Chantal. But thank you for telling on yourself once again.
So all of that just to say, like, they were so nice. Like, they pretty much gave me a free seat. Now, if the plane was fully full, I don't know if they would be even able to do that. And I might have to I would have had to take like the next flight out or something. I don't know. So that's why this experience kind of made me realize that, I think from now on, for sure, if I have to fly and if I don't lose any weight before I have to fly again, I have to buy 2 seats. So, which, you know what? I'm fine with that. It gives you that extra level of assurity, like, okay, at least I know I have 2 seats. No one's gonna sit beside me, and I have that peace of mind. But their customer service is just phenomenal. Like, they're so caring about the comfort of their customers, basically. So there's that. Now, from sitting for 13 hours, I should have listened and just put on compression stockings, because when you're sitting at that level, like when you're just sitting for 13 hours, even like 8 hours is a long time to sit. I could feel my legs getting more and more pain. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, oh my gosh. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I have a history of blood clots. Not in my limbs, but still, that they can form there. And I'm thinking, how stupid am I? I should have worn compression stockings. I'm not prepared. I don't even know.
Chantal, do you realize how lucky you are? You are lucky. You've had a history of blood clots in your lungs. And for the length of the flight, and as bad as your health is, you arrived home alive. It could have gone the other way. I'm not wishing that upon you. I'm just saying it could have happened. Flying when you are super, super morbidly obese with all the health problems that you have, history of blood clots, you got lucky. You got real lucky. And I've flown before, y'all, many times. And sitting for that long, for that many hours, I remember the last flight I took, my butt, my legs, my hips, my everything were hurting. They were falling asleep. I'm like, God, this hurts. I can only imagine what she went through.
Oh, like where I just didn't think of the compression stockings, or where to get them in Kuwait. So,
Well, that's your fault. You know how big you are. You know that you need compression stockings. You were in Kuwait for over a year. I'm sure you could find compression stockings or socks on Amazon. Why didn't you order some, moron? Just this is her not taking care of her health again.
I can find them easily here in Canada. Anyway, I moved my legs around a lot. They even on the screen they remind you, stretch your legs, move your legs. So I was doing those exercises with my feet, and I was moving my legs around, and I was trying to get, just stop it from, feeling sore every so once in a while and restless and just like and I noticed, like, last night, my feet, my legs, the bottom of my legs were swollen. Now this morning when I woke up, normal. So I had to raise my legs, and they were just I was sitting for too long. That's what that was. So yeah, they're like not swollen at all anymore. So I just need that's indicative to me that I just needed to raise them up for a bit. So yeah, I had to take out my winter boots. It's so cold here. And another thing that I was shocked about, I filled up the Kia, and I didn't even, yeah, full tank. It cost me $70.
It's just I'm just gonna point this out. So Chantal's over 500 pounds. She's in Canada. It is bitterly cold there. What is the temperature in Canada? Hold on, I need to go look. I'm nosy. What is the temperature in Canada today? Weather forecast, Ottawa, Canada. Oops, I misspelled. Hold on. Ow! 38 degrees. No, that's cold. That would be cold for me. 38 degrees. And tomorrow it's going to be 28 degrees. Thursday is 32. Friday 44. Saturday 35. Sunday 41. Monday 38. And Tuesday 21. That's about the average for Oregon. But I'm here in Oregon and I hate cold weather. I'm sorry. I know some people love it, but I don't. I freeze to death. She's over there. Miss Mama is over there. Okay. She's over there like no winter coat. She just got like a sweatshirt on with a scarf, like it's 60 degrees. I, like she stays warm. I guess she's well insulated, but I couldn't do it.
And in Kuwait it costs Salah $20 to fill it. So it's a bit of a difference there, but
Okay,
I knew
so
that.
question, where is he getting the money to fill up the tank? He was with you for over a year. So where is the money coming from for him to fill up the tank of the car? Are you still paying his bills? Maybe that's why he's still talking to you.
Um, so yeah, I need to get my car taken care of. I want to. This thing is paid off. So I have a car for.
It only took you forever. You could have paid that Kia off well before now. Well before now. You owed on the Kia when you went to Kuwait. So you finally pay it off. Good for you. Congratulations. You're being an adult now.
First time where I have it fully paid off. So that's awesome. I don't have to worry about that. I'm driving this thing into the ground. It's 2016.
You already have driven it into the ground, but go ahead.
It's not bad. There's people driving older cars than that on the road, whatever. So, and it's sentimental at this point. This is a Foodie Beauty classic, okay? It's the
This
key.
has nothing to do with being sentimental. Has everything to do with you just don't have the money to go out and get a new vehicle. Listen, there's nothing wrong with driving an older vehicle. There's lots of people that are very attached to their vehicles, but they're also well maintained. You've driven that Kia into the dirt. You don't have the money that you used to have. So you're sticking with the Kia because that's all you can afford.
Yeah. So I need to get some service done on it though, because it's been a while. I had somebody start it for me once in a while, but it's I'm driving it around. The tires are good. I have winter tires on. I want to get brake service. I want to get a checkup on the car, and I need to clean it. It's disgusting.
She's not going to clean it. I can't see Chantal bending over to vacuum out the mats and all that. I just can't see it. If she has anybody do anything to improve the cleanliness of that car, it's going to be Aunt Phyllis or Mom, or she's going to have somebody detail it for her. She's not going to do it herself.
It's ew. It's dusty and ew. So, but it's like freezing to be cleaning it outside. Ugh. I need to I don't know if I'm going to get a winter jacket. I have some sweaters here. I have a nice scarf that's pretty warm. It's like.
What happened to all of her winter jackets? She had some, or the reason why she's not wearing them is because they don't fit anymore. But Chantal, if you went to Pennington's or somewhere to get that sweatshirt and the scarf. Why didn't you pick up a winter coat? Did you not see anything that fit?
It's actually like really, really warm. So, but yeah, I might get a jacket. I'm not sure. I don't like wearing a big bulky jacket. Like I had a jacket. Remember last time I was in Canada, I never wore it because it was just too bulky and too hot. So, but I have a winter toque on top of my hijab. And yeah, so anyway, I wish that I got more clips of the Dubai airport. It's a well known airport, but you know what? It's not impressive like Doha's. I'm sorry, Dubai, nothing personal.
Nobody cares about clips from the airport. Let me just save you the trouble of boring everybody to death. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about what the airport looks like. Nobody cares. That's not why we're here. We're here for interesting content. You've talked endlessly in this vlog about the airport. Let that be enough. Move it along now. Stop trying to draw this thing out.
But and it's so confusing, okay? Like I had to just I don't even know. Like it's they take you in different so many different areas. There was nobody walking around just like if you needed help that I could see. They didn't have a lot of access to trolleys. I was just
That's why she didn't like the airport, because she couldn't find one of those golf cart looking buggy things to cart her around. She had a problem with that. The fact that she just couldn't just hitch a ride to wherever she needed to go.
not overall as impressed as I was with Doha. Now, they do have a free taxi, like a cart to take you from, and a train in that, but I don't know, there was just something I didn't like about it. And oh my gosh, did I wear my mask in the Dubai airport? Because honestly, everyone was sick, like sneezing. I don't know. And they were playing Christmas music.
Okay, I got a feeling that her mentioning that detail about everybody being sick, that might come into play later. Because if she does the party favors and all of a sudden she shows up and her throat is scratchy and she's got the deeper voice, her throat is bothering her, it's raw, and her nose is all stuffy, that's what she's going to blame it on. She's going to say that being on that flight, being in the airport made her sick, when it might actually be something else. So she might be setting that up, that when she wants to go party and she knows she's going to have some physical tells about partying, she's going to cover it up by saying, oh, it's because of my travels, nothing else.
I don't technically celebrate Christmas, but the thing is like, it's ingrained in my culture. Like, I grew up with it. My whole family celebrates, um, and I'm going to be seeing my family for Christmas, and I'm not celebrating the birth of Christ with them, but I'm celebrating just as a family, the winter vibes and all that stuff. So, yeah. I'm kind of mixing the two cultures here. But even last night, it wasn't even like a full day that I didn't see Salah. Or it might have been a full day after the travel, but one day, and I'm just like, babe, I want to come home. I miss you so bad. And that's okay. I mean, we communicate constantly throughout the day and video chat. We don't go long periods of time without talking. So my plan.
So you're still trying to control him from thousands of miles away? Because I remember you telling us that whenever Salah left the house, that he had to be FaceTiming you and give you updates every 5 minutes. So even from thousands of miles away, you still won't leave him alone. Well, you can only control so much, Chantal. And maybe he'll allow it for a time as long as you keep sending him money. But the moment you don't, well, no more control.
Going forward is to I have a list of things I have to do, especially for like appointments and things I have to take care of. So I'm going to be doing that step by step, and visiting people that I miss here,
Oh,
and also um, looking for my own place. I haven't had my own apartment fully on my own, so I think I lived alone for a very short period of time, and then I got a roommate
when?
a long time ago. I think I need to do that. I want to have my own little place, even if it's just a studio or like a small 1 bedroom. Rent is so expensive here these days. I was looking like, my gosh.
You know, she's got bankruptcies on her record and she's got bad credit. That's going to make it really, really hard to find a place to live. Because if she finds a landlord that is willing to work with her and says, okay, so your credit sucks and you've got 2 bankruptcies, what they usually do is say, well, we can't go by your good credit to know that you will pay on time. So you're going to have to pay double or triple than normal in order for us to have confidence for you to pay your rent. In other words, like the security deposit is going to be out through the roof, double the amount of initial rent to get started. That's how you get around the bad credit. When you could say, look at my bank account, look at all the money I have in it, paying more than normal for your security deposit, first month's rent, last month's rent, all of that. She's going to have to pay more. She can't rely on Pete's and his credit to get her into a place now because his is shot because of her. So good luck with that, Chantal.
But yeah, I'm prepared for that. Have everything I need for that. First and last. I haven't like rented, taken care of. I haven't worried about that stuff in a while. It's like I don't know. I feel on my own because I didn't have to worry about that stuff in
You know,
Kuwait.
I don't know exactly when she plans on getting a place of her own, but I'm just going to give my thoughts here. I think, given the fact that she's got active, open, raging addictions, none of which are in recovery, her living by herself is a recipe for disaster. Chantal does not know how to do alone good. She doesn't know how to be alone. She doesn't know how to function by herself. That's when she loses the most control, is when you leave her alone to do whatever she wants. And when she does whatever she wants, she does everything. Chantal living by herself is not going to go well. It's going to turn into a total train wreck.
Salah took care of that rental stuff, but me now I have to do it myself, and so yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna get my own little place. I I know somebody who has. I was talking to a friend recently in their room. They showed me they redid their room. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I want to set up. I said you got to help me. I said you have to help me when I get my place. Let's have a girls' night and just do my room. Well, my room kind of like.
What friend is she talking about? What friends does Chantal have? Every single person that she talked to, that she was friends with, she's burned. So, what female friend does she still have left? It's interesting that she's not saying this person's name.
Like yours. You have to take me shopping at your little hidden spots. But when I get my own place, I will definitely do the decorating with you guys and show you guys the end results and stuff like that. I think I also want to do some videos just like exploring different areas of Canada that I like that I'm used to, or of my hometown in depth. Um, Maybe with some story times. I have a lot of new subscribers, so welcome. Thank you.
You mean those bot subs that you got, the 600 plus that you bought, Chantal? And I showed that here on my channel, courtesy of Twitter, the lovely people on Twitter. You're buying subs, girl. All those new people you're talking about are bot subs. They're not real organic admirers or fans or subs. You bought those. You bought them. So you're basically congratulating yourself right here. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Well, you bought them. So, of course, they're going to join you. You paid for them.
I want to hit 100,000 subscribers, and when I do, I want to do something very special for you guys because you deserve it for fall.
Anybody want to tell her? No, don't tell her. Don't tell her. Don't tell her that if she hits 100,000 subscribers, YouTube does an audit. Because before they issue that silver play button plaque, which is what YouTubers get if they hit 100K, They do an audit of your channel. They take note of all dead accounts that are still connected to that number. If you have bought subs, which she has done, they'll notice that too. So if you're working on that 100K, Chantal, not going to get there. Not that way. But go ahead and keep wasting your money. Love that for you.
Following me for so long, so I really appreciate that. So yeah, I guess that's it. I talked a lot. I'm gonna go have a nice breakfast for myself.
Notice she's not taking us with her. Notice she's not showing the breakfast. Isn't that interesting? That in the past, when she went to Starbucks, Burger King, McDonald's, she very happily showed all of that stuff. But now she's taking the unicity and it's making her feel full. She's going for a meal, but she's not showing us what she's eating. Yeah. Another tell that she might have another B moment.
And whatever I have, I might insert a little picture here for you. I might insert at the end. So
Like if she wanted the unicity to work, she would have to drink that whole bottle right now, wait about 15, 20 minutes, and then go eat. But notice she only took one sip and she hasn't sipped from that bottle yet. That way her stomach is all the way empty for whatever she wants to put in it.
So I just wanted to catch up a little bit. I missed you guys. I just needed a bit of a break. Just to unwind and mentally, decompress. I've been just emotionally out of whack sometimes and easily angered. And when I get like that, I'm just not gonna, I'm gonna log off for like a day or two and take a break or whatever. So, but yeah, I'm gonna really try hard just to give attention to all the positive things in my life because I feel very blessed and grateful, and especially for you guys too. I don't know what the future holds.
I'm just going to say my thoughts right now. I think she looks more relaxed and more at ease now than she did in Kuwait. Same thing goes for Salah. He was happy dropping her off. But doesn't she look more at ease with herself here? She does. Like she's just happy to be back home. She was not happy over there. In order for Salah and Chantal to be at ease, they had to part ways.
But um, we will see. So yeah, it's bittersweet. I miss my husband so much and my pets. By the way, my pets are being super taken care of by Salah. He's the pet dad. Don't worry about them. And someday we will be reunited.
But you're a jerk. The pets were really more for you than for him. You wanted the cat. You wanted a replacement BBJ, although you did not treat BBJ very well. You got a cat that looked the most like her. And you got Harry the hamster before Julia. And you didn't bring Julia with you. You left her there unfixed, unvaccinated, with somebody that initially did not want her. I really hope that Salah does take care of Julia and Harry. Those babies deserve it. They had to deal with all of you for about a year. But it's not fair, Chantal, to take on pets, and then when you feel like going back home to Canada, you leave them behind. Although, in retrospect, maybe it's better that way. Because if you had brought Julia with you, the life she would have led, it would not have been good. You back in Canada, surrounded by all your temptations, we know how this story is going to go. And if she were along for the ride, she would have suffered. So I really hope that her future is brighter and more positive with Salah than with you.
Inshallah. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Yeah, bye. And I guess that's the meal she says she's going to have. I don't believe that. I don't. She ate more than that. She ate more than that on the plane. What do you mean? That little bitty meal and she's going to be happy with it. I don't believe it. Don't believe it. Oh, y'all. This is going to get crazy. I'm telling you. everybody out there, get your snacks, stock up on your tea, your coffee, your energy drinks, whatever you need. It's going to get nuts. She's just trying to ease us into what's about to happen. Like little by little, the real Chantal is going to come out until it's all the way out. Like, I don't know how long that's going to take. I say less than a week. She's already not wearing her abaya. How long before the hijab comes off as well? And her and Salah have a fight, and then it's really on. Less than a week, I think. But we'll see. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and have a good one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye now.